Top 10 addictions in the US. Here is the top 10 list of addictions in the United States. 10. Internet. In 2021, the Pew Research Center reported that approximately 77% of Americans use the internet daily. It becomes an addiction when you prioritize browsing the internet over critical aspects of your life, like work and relationships. Internet addiction is a broad term for various impulse control issues involving a smartphone or computer. Examples include cyber relationship addiction, net compulsions, obsessive information seeking, and online gaming. 9. Food. Some reports indicate that at least 5% of the US population has a food addiction. Generally, food addiction affects more women than men, where the global average is 7% and 3%, respectively. The causes of food addiction are unclear, but some research indicates that genetics, brain chemistry, and stress eating are among the top possible causes. 8. Gambling. Recent reports indicate that approximately 6 million Americans live with a gambling problem. Unfortunately, many might not recognize the signs until it's too late. Even though a gambling addiction doesn't pose any immediate health risks, it can lead to diminished quality of life and compound to substance abuse and depression. 7. Sex and pornography. Approximately 3% to 6% of the US population struggle with sex or porn addiction. Additionally, about 35% of all internet downloads are related to pornographic material. Addiction begins when someone has an obsessive compulsion to view adult content, forcing them to take irresponsible risks. Here are some examples. Dissatisfaction with an otherwise healthy sex life. Relationship issues because of dissatisfaction with your partner. Engaging in risky behavior like viewing the content at work. 6. Heroin. One of the reasons why heroin is highly addictive is because users develop tolerance quickly. After using it regularly for a few weeks, you will need a higher dosage to maintain the same intensity. Health risks of heroin addiction include increased exposure to infections like HIV, heart and liver diseases, collapsed veins, and overdoses. 5. Cocaine. Cocaine is the second most popular illegal recreational drug in the US after marijuana. According to a 2020 National Survey on Drug Use and Health report, regular cocaine users stood at 0.8% or 1.9 million people. Only a quarter of these reported cocaine users consume crack cocaine, meaning that most use it in powder form. 4. Prescription drugs. Prescription drug abuse has risen significantly over the years because of accessibility, affordability, and the misconception that they are less detrimental to your health. Opioid abuse, the leading prescription drug addiction, mimics heroin addiction. It can lead to nausea, constipation, shallow breath, and drowsiness. Side effects of stimulants, such as drugs prescribed for conditions like ADHD, are similar to cocaine withdrawal. They include high temperature, paranoia, weight loss, and irregular heartbeat. 3. Marijuana. Marijuana is widely considered a recreational drug in the US, currently legal in 21 states and Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, long-term use of marijuana can lead to addiction and the risk of developing psychosis and schizophrenia. Approximately 18% of Americans, or 42 million people, reported regular marijuana use in 2020. Research also indicates that 3 of 10 regular marijuana users have a marijuana abuse problem, making it the third highest addiction in the U.S. 2. Alcohol. Despite its significant consequences, alcohol addiction has been underestimated for many years. This is because alcohol is a legal and socially acceptable drug. At least 26% of American adults reportedly indulged in regular binge drinking as of 2019. In many cases, alcohol addiction begins as a harmless social habit that evolves into full-blown dependence that can lead to serious health issues like depression. Alcoholism will lead to drinking even when you didn't intend to. Alcohol abuse is taking alcohol in a manner that leads to neglect and irresponsible behavior like drunk driving or missing work. 1. Nicotine. Approximately 30 million Americans are addicted to nicotine products, including cigarettes, cigars, patches, nicotine gums, or snuff. Nicotine is the most abused drug in the U.S., with reports showing that teens as young as 13 are dependent on the drug. Research shows that nicotine users die 10 to 13 years earlier than non-users, but it is still not motivating enough to stop, perhaps because nicotine is among the most addictive drugs. It's essential to note that most teenagers who start smoking or using some form of nicotine remain users for the rest of their lives. And that is the top 10 list of addictions in the U.S. Any surprises? Any hit home? Let us know in the comments. And that is the top 10 list of addictions in the U.S. Any surprises? Any hit home? Let us know in the comments.